Shalom. Shalom, Yesharala. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Hakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching 100% truth. Wa Barakatham to the 144,000, as well as the rest of the elect. May peace and blessings be unto your households. All right, and it's your brother Gadal from the Great Millstone Dallas branch. And in this quick lesson, we're just going to get into pretty much getting that pretty penny. Right? And ultimately just going in the sense of, don't think just because you've been in this truth longer than somebody, that's mean, oh, you just straight up, you just deserve to get more. Right? Kind of laying backing off my last lesson, really just ultimately remaining humble and keeping in mind that you don't even deserve the kingdom. Right? You don't deserve the kingdom. Like, if you've been in the truth longer than somebody, you could feel like, you should deserve like a better reward or whatnot. Nah, man, it really doesn't mean that. Because as scripture says, matter of fact, I'm going to get it. Oh, shoot. Dang it. Slovakia. This is Luke. Slovakia, I let this black pass. Appreciate you. Oh, that's planes. This is Luke chapter 12, verse 32. It says, "Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom." All right, so if someone's giving you something, that's mean you didn't earn it. Right? The kingdom is a gift from Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. It's a gift from him to us, but starting with the remnant first on this side, because ultimately all of Israel is going to be in the kingdom of heaven. You got the 144, you got the rest of the elect, or the unnumberable multitude, the 1/3, and you got the 2/3 that will come later in the kingdom. All right? But every single one of us is going to be high off, but it's going to be in that order. 144 at the top, 1/3 in the middle, 2/3 at the bottom. But even the 2/3 still going to be far off than the heathens in the kingdom. So, But you don't want to be a 2/3, just saying. Because you're going to be walking around with your head down for a minute. But not to stir too far off the topic, bro, that pretty penny, man, which is the kingdom of heaven. Right? And I'm going to go ahead and read this. Well, I'm reading like the end of this account of Matthew's, because it goes into basically how it was laborers that was hired first, and then you got some laborers that was hired later. But the thing is, they both was working for that same penny. But it's gonna get into it. I'll explain as I go. But I'm really just gonna get straight to the point. All right, this is Matthew chapter 20. And all right, Matthew chapter 20, and I'm gonna start at verse 8. It says, "So when even was come, the Lord of the vineyard saith unto his steward, Call the laborers and give them their hire, beginning from the last unto first." You can look at that as coming to the truth. Right? You got some that came in the truth way earlier, and you got some that's coming in the truth way later. Me personally, I'm more on the later side. All right. Reading on, it says, "And when they came that were hired about the 11th hour, they received every man a penny. But when the first came," right, the ones that got hired first, "they supposed that they should have received more, and they likewise received every man a penny." So in other words, they got the same thing as the last man got. The people that got hired first is getting the exact same thing as the people that got hired last, which is that penny. And in this sense, it goes into the kingdom of heaven. And you can look at that in this sense, for example, we all striving for the kingdom of heaven at the end of the day. Right? Just because you came in at 2000 or 2007 like no disrespect or nothing like that. But I'm just saying through the spirit, because you came in 2007, you got someone that's coming in 2024, 2023. Hell, somebody came in just this year. Who knows, right? Just because they just came in, guess what? All receiving that pretty penny, which is the kingdom of heaven. All right, you're not finna receive more because you came in earlier. Now it's a balance to it, because for the ones that came in earlier, the apostles, the elders, for them being earlier, the world wasn't like it is now, right? The world wasn't like it is now. You was actually able to date women. Women wasn't as bad. Food wasn't as bad back then, right? Half of us, some of us, a lot of us wasn't even born. Like me, I wasn't even born when the apostles were preaching and stuff yet. I wasn't even born yet, right? I wasn't even born when they was already on the highways and byways preaching. So like the balance of when you came in earlier and they was preaching, guess what? It wasn't as bad. You was able to get more of a woman, right? Back then, hell, you was able to get more. You was able to get more established. Now, don't get me wrong, you still hate being here. Regardless, that don't change. It just grows. But it wasn't as bad as comparison to now. 2020. 21, 20. Really, yeah, that 2020 was, it was crazy. As the years go on, it gets worse. Like, so if you're one of the people that's last coming in, you're dealing with literally the worst of it, where it's like, bro, women are really not dateable now, like at all. The food is the worst it's ever been, right? And man, Lord is really building his men up right now to basically be prepared for what they finna get to go through. So there's a lot more suffering, right? Especially now, because Lord's making us even more hard. So we got to endure more now than you have to if you came in earlier. Not taking away that that the apostles and elders didn't endure nothing. Of course they endure stuff, but it's on a higher level now than it was before. That's the balance of it. But continuing on, I'm gonna read verse 9 again. Matthew chapter 20 verse 9. It says, and when they came that were hired about the 11th hour, they received every man a penny. But when the first came, they supposed that they should have received more, and they likewise received every man a penny. And when, verse 11 says, and when they have received it, they murmured against the good men of the house. So they was complaining. You're like, whoa, shit, we was here first, man. I would expect to get at least 2 pennies. 2 pennies. I was here we was laboring longer. Nah, man. And you watch what he says. This is Matthew chapter 20, verse 12. Matthew chapter 20, verse 12, it says, saying, these last have wrought but 1 hour, and thou hast made them equal unto us, which have borne the burden and the heat of the day. They was complaining because, like, man, we've been here forever, for the longest, and they barely been here, but yet they getting the exact same reward we get. Yep, that's exactly how it's gonna be, because the Lord sees it fit like that, right? That's why the apostles and elders, they're not tripping on like, oh man, you barely served. I've been serving 20 years, 10 plus years, and you getting what I got, and you only been here for 2 or 1, 3, 5. Nah, they're not like that, right? They read the scriptures like, nah, it's not the way to be, right? Because it's going to explain it more. Matthew chapter 20, verse 13, it says, but he answered one of them and said, friend, I do thee no wrong. Didst thou not agree with me for a penny? Right? So he was like, I didn't do anything wrong. You said we agreed that you was going to get that pretty penny, right? As everybody else, right? When you come to the truth, and you see, like, Lord willing, you endure to the end. You agreed on, okay, you do this and you endure to the end, you get the kingdom of heaven. Nothing more, nothing less. Right? And it's the same thing for the people that came in later. Once you start serving the Lord, man, you agree that, okay, you're going to serve the Lord until the end. And of course, like I said, Lord willing, that happens. And guess what? You're going to receive that pretty penny, no matter when you came in, whether it was 2000, 2007 or 2012, 2018, 2024, hell, 2025. It doesn't matter. Every single one of us agreed to, okay, that pretty penny, which is the kingdom of heaven. You know, that's why the apostles and elders don't be tripping like, oh man, they gonna get the same thing I got. I've been doing this for 30 years. No, they ain't tripping on it because they know. They read this scripture. Right? And, just going back to not being prideful, man. Like, be humble, man. Like, just keep in mind that you already don't even deserve the kingdom anyway. Like, the works that we're doing, it ain't doing nothing but proving our faith towards him. Because this what Yahushua is coming to look for, faith. Right? That's Ephesians chapter 2 and verse 8. For by grace, which grace goes into favor. Showing favor, mercy. Right? For by grace and faith are ye saved. Not of works, lest any man should boast. So, come on. So, yes, you've been in for 10 plus years, man. That's a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing. Not downplaying the apostles and elders or nothing. I'm not taking away from what they're doing. It's just they understand that, like, just because they've been doing it so long doesn't mean they're finna just, oh, man, I'm finna just get this now because of that. Because I've been in for so long now, I'm going to get this. Nah. That doesn't mean that. You're just going to get the kingdom of heaven, and whatever rank that the Lord has everybody set it, they're already set. Just how it is. And they understand that, They're very, apostles are very humble, man. We got great leaders. But continuing on, back in Matthew chapter 20, verse 13, he says, but he answered one of them and said, friend, I do thee no wrong. Didst not thou agree with me for a penny? Take that thine is and go thy way. I will give unto this last even as unto thee. All right. So he said, like, bro, you agree with a penny to a penny, you're going to get the penny. Just like the last is going to get the penny. All right. We all agree to the same thing, man. That we endure to the end, that we receive the kingdom of heaven. That's that pretty penny, the kingdom of heaven. Simple as that. All right. Let me see. Okay, now that was really the point. Yeah, that's the point, really. But yeah, man. Because just because you came in the truth earlier than somebody doesn't mean anything. If anything, it just means that you should be able to lead them. You should be able to guide them. You should be able to, be what you're supposed to be, man. As a brother, Now you'll be over them in the spirit and stuff. You'll guide them the right way to the best of your abilities and whatnot. But just because you do all that doesn't mean that, oh man, I got to be the top 100 of the 144,000. It doesn't mean that, bro. For all we know, you could do all that and it still be literally the 144,000, like the last one. If the Lord really wants that to be, rank, rank doesn't matter, bro. It did, like the apostle says, man, it really doesn't. It doesn't, especially in the kingdom, because what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen if you are part the 144,000, the last one, and you've been, because in order for you to be the part of 144,000, you have to be teaching. You have to be a prophet. You have to be, right? So yeah, let's say you're a prophet and you've been teaching. You've been in since 07, 08. You've been doing all this, and you be a part of the 144,000. You was the last one. It ain't gonna mean nothing when you're in the kingdom of heaven. You get everything you desire. It's not gonna matter, right? It's not gonna matter. I would have been okay if I was just part of the 1/3. But the apostles and elders, they've been saying, oh, if you're a prophet, you've been teaching, you are going to be a part of 145,000. I'm like, okay, that's cool. That's even better. I just want to make it. And I want to be with the Lord. And guess what? We all gonna be balling. We all gonna be happy. Getting that pretty penny, man. That's all. In the kingdom, you're gonna get everything you desire, everything you even want, plus more. Plus the things you don't even know you want that the Lord knows. So yeah, man, that's all I really had through the spirit. Anyways, Lord willing, I was edified. I ended out by saying, Kal Halal, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Chakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And until next time I say, Shalom, Yesharala.